Hello, my friends. Welcome to Enriched Lives, where you're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. That's right, you're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. And again, welcome to Enriched Lives. I'm Brother Charles, where this program is about you. It's not about anybody else but you. Because a better you makes a better city, a better you makes a better nation, a better you makes a better world, a better you makes a better environment. It's about you. It's about you. A better you makes a better church, makes a better family. When you get better things around, you get better. Nothing's going to get better for you until you get better. So again, welcome to Enriched Lives. And before we get into our program, let me say this. If this is the day that you came upon the planet, let me say happy birthday to you. That's right. Happy birthday to you. Yes, because you are somebody. I don't care what people tell you about you're not good enough. You are somebody. God didn't make no junk. You're here and you are somebody. And again, welcome to Enriched Life. We like to have fantastic topics and discussions that we talk about. We like to build our discussions upon biblical principles and biblical teachings. So here again, we do not eliminate anything for anybody, but we do like to stay on those foundations, shall we say. And again, we have another fantastic topic for discussion. This is something that everyone has experienced, I would say, on this planet at this time. Everyone, just about everyone, maybe you might be in a remote control area somewhere on the planet that you didn't experience, but the majority of the people on the different continents have experienced this topic that we're talking about. The topic that we're going to be discussing today is a change in priorities. That's right, a change in priorities. And now the scripture references will be Acts the 9th chapter 1 through 9. Acts the 9th chapter 1 through 9. A change in priorities. So, those of you who are familiar with that particular passage in the Bible, it's a biblical story, tells about this individual by the name of Saul, who was a very bad boy. Saul persecuted those guys in a way. Saul went out his way to go get those people that was in this new sect called the Way, and he persecuted them. I mean, he threw them in jail, probably had some of them killed. That's the type. And he was zealous in his attitude of doing that. He went after them big time. He didn't spare nothing. He he looked up everywhere for them. He went after those people that were in the way, and the disciples that knew him said, hey, that's bad news. Saul is bad news. Well, he went and got a letter from the big boys, and they told him he wanted to go down and persecute some more people. So on his way on the Damascus road, he has a vision. Now the guy saw the light, but didn't hear the voice. So Saul hears this vision, and the story so goes on to say that Jesus said, Saul, why persecutest thou me? Oh, who am I talking? He's talking to me, the one you persecuting, Saul, what you doing? And Saul, oh, okay. So Saul humbles himself, and he says, what do you want me to do? He puts himself in a position. He said, okay, this vision here is very real. I don't know. But anyway, he said, what do you want me to do? Whenever you hear people say, what must I do? What do you want me to do? So now they're in a state of readiness to do the command, whatever it is that you're asking them to do. So he gets the instructions. And for 3 days and 3 nights, he doesn't see anything. He's blind. He doesn't eat anything. So in actuality, this boy is being born again. Saul is being born again. Yeah, for 3 days and 3 nights, he doesn't eat anything, he doesn't see anything. But for 3 days and 3 nights, he lost his sight. 3 is very one of those symbolic numbers. 3 days and 3 nights, spirit, soul, and body. Earth, moon, the stars, the universe. It's very important that you understand how significant 3 is. So 3 days and 3 nights, he didn't eat anything, he didn't see anything. And when he was blinded, now the thing that's so intriguing about this is that the Spirit tells Ananias, he says, go down to a certain street, you're going to see this guy named Saul. He's there. Saul, you talking to this boy that's been persecuting the church? This is a bad boy. But see, in this context here, you have to understand that he was familiar with the voice of the Lord. He was familiar with the speakings of the Spirit. So, okay. So he doesn't resist. So he goes down there and he does that. He lays hands on him and he receives his sight. Now, the intriguing thing about this is that this same God that was zealous in his persecution of the church turns right around and he is zealous in his upbuilding of the church. That's very intriguing, isn't it? He goes out of his way to try to get people saved. Now, persecuting them. Very interesting. So he does that. And when I said changing priorities, we here on the planet have had a big change in priorities. Uh, the number one change in priority was the fact that this coronavirus broke loose, and all over people began to die, and things was happening. So priorities would change. People that had parties scheduled, games that was scheduled, everything was going on. All of a sudden, that took second place. The priority right now is you better go on and stay out the way. So all of a sudden, the change in priorities was that, you do what they tell you to do. Those who were in authority that knew what's going on. So the priority was that there was a change in the way things were being done now. See, that took precedence over the party that you was going to have. I'm still going to have my party. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you value your life, you're not going to have no party. If you value your life, you're not going to. No. See, all of a sudden, people that was making fun of things, they started getting sick and some was dying and that stuff. All of a sudden, okay. Now there's a change. There's a change in what I thought was important. Now health becomes the number one priority. A change in priorities. See, so when Saul has this particular change in his priorities of persecuting the church, now he's building the church up. It's very interesting. Very interesting. There's a story told of an individual that's in a room. He said, okay, they put a board down. It was about 10 feet. They said, walk on this board from one end of the room to the other. He said, oh, no problem. I can do that. Walk across that plane, no problem. So he walks on the board. And so then they say, okay, now they take the same board, it's about 10 feet, and puts it in 4 stories high and says, walk from here to the next building on that board. Now all of a sudden the meanings change. Oh, wait a minute, if I fall off this thing, I could be hurt, I could be killed. Now the same board, the board didn't change in distance, but the interpretation, the meaning of what he had to do on that board changed. See, now he could do that, but then he said, no, I'm kind of scared. I might change. I don't think I'm gonna do that. And then all of a sudden, the room that he was in is on fire. Okay. Now all of a sudden, the board becomes, this is a way out. So he gets on the board. He said, I can get it. This is my way. If I have to crawl across it, scoot across it, anyway, we're going to get out. See, what happened? Meanings change. See, your life is more valuable than trying to say, I'm scared. See, all of a sudden, that board became a way out. At first, you didn't want to do it. See, so the priorities that changed when this virus broke out, that people see their lives in a different perspective, shall we say. So now when priorities change, that means it takes precedence over anything else that you have that you thought was number one, but something more important can come along and take priority over there. Now, when you and I as individuals understand that we have priorities dealing with ourselves, okay, you might want to say, I want to be more proficient. I want to be more attentive. I want to change my attitude from being so rude to being a nice person. So I'm going to change the way I do things. So I put myself in a position to do that. So now I have to have discipline in order to change the way I treat people. I have to have discipline to work on myself, how I speak to people. See, my priorities changed from being a person that was obnoxious to a person that's very nice and kind. When you change your priorities, everything around you changes. So your life is not going to get better until you get better. See? So until we begin to grasp this concept, what if I can't keep in the money? Well, you need to change your priorities about how you've been handling your money. So now we put ourselves in a position, maybe I need to go some classes to learn how to handle money. Whatever it takes, I'm willing to do that. Now our priorities are going to change. See, you and I have the ability to go in different directions. We are creators. We can do whatever it is that we want to do. Now, those individuals that are obnoxious, that are constantly criticizing people and everything, when you say, listen, I'm sure you've heard of what they call spiritual vampires. Vampires suck the blood. You've been around individuals that were so negative. Every time you come around, they constantly complain about this and that and everything. You say, hey, I no longer wish to be around these type of people in my life. They are not helping me and they are bringing me down. You've been around people, you get around, you feel bad. I was feeling pretty good until I came around this person. All of a sudden, my energy just took a nosedive. See, that's what you have to change your priorities as to what's good for you. And so whenever you and I do this, then we see things getting better for us. See, when you get better, things around you get better. It's just that simple. You don't have to have a PhD to figure that one out. When you get better, so we've seen some ugly incidents that happen in the world. We've seen some terrible things that happen. So you say, oh, this is a contradiction. I do not wish to be that way. Therefore, I've changed my process. I'm not going to go down that road. I changed the way I see things. I'm not going to be disrespectful to anybody. Once I understand the essence of compassion, once I understand how to treat people, because a very simple teaching It says, do unto others as you have others to do unto you. Respect people. I don't care what their position in life is. Respect them. So therefore, respect comes back to you. See, you activate the law of reciprocation. Things come back to you. What you put out good, good comes back. Put out evil, evil comes back. So you and I have the ability to change our priorities. What are you going to do? I'm going to change my priorities, how I'm going to treat people. That's what I'm going to do. That's my desire. That's my goal for this year, is to become a nicer person. What are your priorities? Only you can say that, only you know that. But on the other hand, my friend, you have the ability to change the direction that you're going in. If it's a bad direction, you can change that. If it's a good direction, you can improve on that. You have that authority. You have that ability. Until next time, my friend, until next time, may the good Lord bless you. May joy, peace, and happiness forever be in your life. And may you prosper in all the things that you endeavor to do. Till next time, you be blessed. And by the way, give us a thumbs up on this particular teaching if you like that. We have other teaching on this channel also. And we thank you for your time and viewing.